Yo, what is going on, guys? The Guido here. Today I'm coming back to you guys with another Black Desert Online video. Today is a little bit different than what I usually do. I'm going to be going over the global lab that just occurred on November 3rd, 2023. I wanted to kind of talk about the precursors, the additions and improvements, the dev note precursor to the actual changes, and then I obviously wanted to go over the Berserker Changes. This is kind of a topic video, but so to basically sum up this addition and improvement note that Perlibus has left, they basically talk about how classes take a lot of damage while they're pre-buffing and getting ready to basically do a pre-buff combo into their main DPS combo. This basically all kind of goes back into the earlier dev notes where Perlibus basically mentioned about how we're basically trying to go and scale with Wusa's grinding. And they go on to mention that this is the end or the completion of the first adjustment to PvE. Now, we don't exactly have a time gap as to when the PvP changes will happen, but they do mention that there is going to be a lot of PvP changes coming. So they are talking about reflecting the concerns mentioned above. They're talking about the ease of operation, which is about how easy something is to use. Stability, talking about accuracy rates. Attack range, character's attack power, aka AP. Reduction of hit rate and evasion rates on skills, that's referring to accuracy and evasion. And they also mention here that since the second adjustment is the one that affects PvP more than the first adjustment, the PvP balance adjustment will continue after the PvE balance is finalized. Of course, damage may be adjusted during the process as well. There may be some confusion among adventurers due to the ongoing balance adjustments for the time being, but as adventurers understand and wait, we will prepare more quickly to make Black Desert more fun. So, going off of that, you can definitely be expecting in the next coming weeks that your attack range on your classes is going to change, your modifiers, your AP buffs, potentially even DP buffs, how the skills functions, attack ranges, AoE, accuracy rates, evasion rates, everything from head to toe. It's almost like another reboot. So going immediately into the giant, aka Berserker Changes, we're first going to be starting in the main weapon, aka Succession. So the Traces of Claws, aka Fierce Attack, this is Fierce Strike. So this is Claw Scar, the passive on Fierce Strike in Succession spec. And they changed the healing rate from 30 to 50. So now when you claw people and enemies and mobs, each hit will now give you 50 HP. And it used to be 30 before. River Thunderstorm is Prime Raging Thunder. And it mentions here that the skill has now been changed to end when you press the left mouse button again. That's RB on Xbox. And basically what that means is that, from what I understand, that's going to mean that whenever you use the skill, it's finally going to cancel now. So you're not locked in the animation anymore, which is huge. Rock Push is tackling rock. And they talk about here how the issue with the skill was that the forward guard effect was not working and it wasn't maintaining its protection when hitting an opponent. So now when you make contact on somebody, whether you're going for a catch or you're using it within a combo on tackling rock in Succession and Pre-Awakening, it will now maintain its forward guard effect even after hitting somebody successfully. And if you remember from the changes that they did in the reboot, it has 2 charges, not 1. So when you're comboing with people on it or catching somebody, you can now hit them 2 times and it's a fully protected combo. It's full FG now, which is absolutely crazy. They also talk about that Fierce Strike now has a cooldown from it was 4.5 seconds, now it's 3.5 seconds. They took a whole second off of this skill, which is crazy. And now this can just be absolutely spammed. The first claw of the attack has a float, if you don't remember. And this means that basically now every 3.5 seconds you're going to have full damage of the skill, protection, plus that CC at the beginning, which is absolutely insane. Now this is where stuff gets absolutely bananas. So, Prime Ancient Wave. The cooldown of the skill has been reduced from 20 seconds to 15. That's absolutely insane. If you're not familiar with Prime Ancient Wave, it's basically Titan Syndromed Ancient Wave from Awakening. It's an instacast skill, fully protected FG, long range knockdown. It's absolutely insane in succession compared to the Awakening counterpart, which makes absolutely no sense to me. And then after that, River Desolation, that's Prime Devastation. They changed the cooldown from 12 seconds to 10 seconds. And then they also changed numerous things in the whole succession kit. Frenzy Destroyer, Prime Raging Thunder, Rule of Terror, that is Frenzy Tyrant, or Fearsome Tyrant, sorry. Ancient Wave, they buffed the damage on this tremendously. And even Headbutt for the pre-buff combo. This is what I was talking about with this precursor note. So, PvE buffs, Headbutt, Ancient Wave, Fearsome Tyrant, Raging Thunder, Frenzy Destroyer, Devastation. This debuff is going to be up 24/7 now, basically, on people and enemies, which is just absolutely insane. Ancient Wave, this is probably the biggest change, I'd say, above everything here. Absolutely insane. This is bananas. Fear Strike, 3.5 seconds now. Tackling Rock, this is probably the second biggest change. Maintains FG throughout the entire animation, which is insane even after contact twice. Prime Raging Thunder, you can now cancel it, like I said, with the RB button. And then Claw's healing rate increased. Now, when we go down here to the Awakening side of things, they talk about Bursting Gun. I believe that this is blasting. If not, it's split shot. It's kind of... I haven't played Awakening in a long time, so forgive me. It's down bad. I'm going to go into that in a second, but they changed Devastation. They buffed the damage in PvE. Flame Chain, which is Flame Pummel, they buffed the damage in PvE. Colossus Strike, that's Titan Blow, they buffed the damage in PvE. Ground Cry, that's Seismic Blast, buffed the damage in PvE. Disruption Cannon, they buffed the damage in PvE. Flonetta, that's Slugfest, they buffed the damage in PvE. And lastly, Bursting Gun, they buffed the damage in PvE. So the takeaway from this is that for whatever reason, whatever data that they're looking at, it's showing that Succession just doesn't have, I guess, good enough PvE. Now, it's kind of ironic that Pearl Abyss states this kind of thing, considering that Succession Berserker is obviously better than Awakening. And on top of that, it's a very updated, very modernized kit. And it's also, one of the very good, high-end PvE classes in the game. So it's a little weird seeing that Awakening really didn't get touched at all here. Quite literally, actually, at all. The last change that Awakening got was the Flame Pummel Disaster. Be sure to check that out in one of my other videos. But as you can see here, I mean, like I said, the takeaway, the takeaway from this whole thing is that Awakening Berserker is pretty much forgotten about. I'm definitely not the only person saying this. You really get the general consensus of a lot of the people in the community on here. They're going to kind of tell you the same thing. It's not even about bottom rolling to suck Zerk. It's really just about the fact that Awakening Berserker has kind of really not changed even after the reboot. And I think that that's why we're starting to really see, they keep trying to buff Awakening PvE, right? But none of that is really changing anything. It's not really impactful. And the reason for that is simple. It's because that it's ineffective. It's ineffective because the reboot didn't really change any of the core issues with Awakening. And that all comes down to identifying what Awakening Berserker is. Succession, it has everything cut out for it. It's very simple. It's an actual Berserker class. It's a melee Berserker class. But Awakening doesn't really kind of have that same identity. It's kind of a ranged bruiser, whereas Succession's a melee brawler. So I think there is a lot in store coming for Awakening. We'll have to see in the next coming weeks. But Awakening Berserker is very down bad right now. It's very weird to see Pearl Abyss keep buffing Succession Berserker, because I'm being completely objectively unbiased here. These are not just PvE buffs. These are PvP buffs. And, lowering these cooldowns, with how good already, some of these differences are, like Prime Ancient Wave. I mean, that's just crazy to me. Hopefully Awakening Berserker gets the love it deserves. I'm an OG fan of it, as a lot of you guys are as well. And if you guys aren't a Berserker main watching this video, make sure you guys check out your own classes on Global Lab. Which wizard got some changes, Archer, Wizard. I'm going to leave the link down in the description below. But yeah, I just wanted to go over these changes and kind of end it off on the topic of my feeling right now with how this whole thing is going. I don't really know what their direction is with the whole thing, with PvP and everything, but we're going to see in the next coming weeks how it's going to go. This is the beginning of November, so there is going to be a lot of changes coming. They do about two to three of these a year, and there's probably going to be a massive reveal coming in December with the Calpheon Ball. So that is the video today for me. If you guys don't know already, I do stream every other day on Twitch, twitch.tv/theguido. Stream around Node War time in the PMs. Around 7 to 8 p.m. EST is when I start. A lot of evening content there. I am trying to get Twitch partner right now, so all the follows, all the love is very much appreciated. Make sure you guys follow me over there and you tune in every night. It really does mean a lot, seriously. I said this before and I'll say it again. I do not need your money. I just need you guys to tune in, check out the stream, say hello, and hang out. That's all you guys have to do. It means the world to me. And I will repay everybody tremendously with the content to come. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one. Take it easy.